Hello from the Real Deal Kitchen. We have been on a brief, non-intentional hiatus for the last couple of weeks. A lot has kind of been going on behind the scenes. Of course, we're still in the kitchen most days, but in the last couple of weeks, have been mentally a bit preoccupied with a journey that I made back to Brooklyn, which is where I actually live with my fiance. And I have not been back to our home in Brooklyn. I had not been back to our home in Brooklyn in a year. Um, Basically, we came to we came out to New Jersey last July to have a lunch, 2/3 of a cup of buttermilk, to have a lunch for our parents to meet for our wedding, which we had been planning to have take place last October. And then all hell broke loose, essentially. And I was admitted to the hospital, had a couple of intensive emergency surgeries, and came to return to my mom's home to recuperate, which we had all agreed would probably be the best place for me to do this, because I would have my family around me, essentially. And although I'd be missing my partner quite a bit and he'd be missing me, since he was working, there just wasn't going to be a lot of personalized, if you will, care for me in Brooklyn. What we didn't anticipate was that I would be uh, laid up again and that my return would be delayed uh, once again in the winter as it was. So this journey that I made last week had a lot of joy around it, but there was also a lot of anxiety as well, which is to be expected. You know, these things in life that bring us happiness don't always, come without other pieces attached to them, especially when one has been dealing with me essentially, and my family and my partner have been dealing with the other pieces of this health challenge. So that took up a lot of my mind, and getting to the camera and talking about food just wasn't really happening. And I also felt very stalled around food and what I was talking about. And so, as a little time would have it, what started to creep up for me in that hiatus were my summer food cravings, even though the season still hasn't quite turned. Although finally, for once, I'm speaking to you guys from on a day that does not have rain involved with it. It's actually a gorgeous breezy day after some storms that we had yesterday. And what has been coming up for me are my cravings for eggplant, which truthfully are not really around in local markets. These are coming from much further south right now. Cravings for eggplant, tomatoes, again, not really coming from here, but I am craving them. We're getting close to the season. And red peppers, roasted red peppers. So how I've been using the red pepper and the tomato is in a delicious sauce that is from, I think, mainly from Catalonia in Spain, but it's done in many different regions. It's called Romesco. And so that delicious sauce is roasted red peppers, tomatoes. It's got a nut to its foundation, so hazelnuts are very traditionally used, although I have been known to use both almonds and walnuts as well. And then day old, quote unquote, day old bread, any kind of crusty, hard bread that you would have, a nice big hunk of that. All gets mixed together, sherry vinegar, some garlic, fresh garlic, although you could play and use roasted garlic with it. And blend that all up, and you have a really delicious sauce for grilled vegetables, grilled fish, grilled meat even if you wanted to use it for that, and as an accompaniment to many different things, grain dishes if you wanted. And then the eggplant, which I use in many different ways this time of year. Today we're just going to be cutting it in half, cross hatching it, seasoning it with some of my basic go-to spices, which I don't use spices quite as much in the summer. I go to herbs a bit more, but this will have some cumin and coriander, go figure, involved, and then I'll serve it with a bulgur salad and some yogurt. Very delicious. Right now, what we're working on is a scone. Yes, yet another scone. This time, a savory scone with Gruyere cheese, thyme, and some beautiful uh, scallions from the farmer's market. And we are going to be very excited to see how these turn out, and we'll report back about all of these things in their more finished versions in just a little bit. So thanks for your patience with our brief hiatus. We're glad you're back and watching us. And we're signing off for just a few moments from the Real Deal Kitchen on this beautiful summer's day. And I will attend to continuing to clean up some beautiful garden thyme from my mom's kitchen herb garden right off the back door here. Very classico. All right, thank you so much, and we'll be back in a bit.